bedroom. We are going to be doing a live feed about crocheting. And I have on the side Girl in the World over there with comments. So feel free to comment and say lots of stuff. And it's on live chat, not top chat, right?
Yes.
Yes, now it is. Okay. Um, but put them in the comments and stuff on the side, and she will say them if they're a question, and do a whole bunch of things like that. All right. Today is about crocheting. I finished my crocheting project that I was working on about a week, maybe two ago, and I'm not sure what to crochet next because I was planning on doing a whole bunch of certain ear warmer things for someone, but I realized winter's over, so I can't really. There's not really a reason to finish that because I have to wait until I give it to them next winter anyway. So I mean, I could finish that and then start on a project, but I kind of want to start on something new, something that I can use now. So this live feed is kind of showing you my past creations. I have got like a arms full of crochet
Hall of
creations.
Fame.
Yeah.
Crochet Hall of Fame.
Crochet Hall of Fame of from things of pineapple hats to froggy ear warmers and colorful scarves. So, I'm planning on showing you guys different crocheting projects that I've done before, stuff I'm planning on maybe doing in the future, and then what should I crochet next? Because I have no clue what I should crochet.
Free.
Yeah, because I mean I can't. I'm pretty much holding on my winter projects until around fall time when I can actually start working on it then. Because I don't really actually no, I do have a scarf. I don't have an ear warmer, so I was planning on waiting until fall time before I crochet myself an ear warmer. But yeah.
Okay, first off, how's the video and sound?
Yep. How is the video and sound, guys? Put them in the comments on the side. Mimi, Girl in World over there, will answer questions. Well,
Yeah.
Tell me questions.
We're trying a new setup. Hannah's sitting on the bed this time, and the microphone is right here.
My bed covered in pillows.
Hey, look at me. Hello.
Can I see pillows?
Yeah, I can see all pillows.
I have a lot of pillows. I love pillows.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not even sure how many I have.
Sharon Jackson says, hello, ladies.
Hello. Yes, hello everyone who's joining. Today is about crocheting. Lots and lots of crocheting stuff. Yeah. Alright. First thing I crocheted was a gift for Jenna. And I've never crocheted before. And I'm like, oh, I really want to make something for her birthday that was coming up. And like, she doesn't have a toy purse. And granted, this is a big project for my first project ever. But I was kind of like diving headfirst into crocheting, trying to figure out what it is all at once, but also trying a interesting project. And I asked mom, and she's like, "Well, I mean, you can kind of make it like a pot holder with how it goes around the edges." So I crocheted my very first project, this little purse for her. No pattern, nothing. I had no clue what I was doing. Granted, there's a bit of few mistakes on it. Like right here, I realized I never cut off the string from finishing it off. But she loves this purse, and I probably should have made this double instead of just one, because this is just a chain, and I probably should have done like a two or something like that to make it thicker, because the handle's not too thick. But she's had this. How long has she had this?
Oh, years.
I think. Well, she's 4 now, and I gave it to her on like her first or second birthday. So she's had this for, I think, 3 years. 3 years ago, my first crocheting project was a little purse for my sister, and she loves it.
Is that from a pattern?
No.
Nope.
No, I just it was my first thing. I didn't know how to read patterns. I didn't even know there were patterns. I just kind of winged it. When my mom's like, "Oh, well, you can kind of do the single crochet and stuff." But I mean, in the future, I'll probably make a better purse. I can probably do a video on that about it. But yeah. I mean, it's pretty much just like a pot holder with a handle. That's all it really is, and you don't close up the top.
Kathy Bulmer says hello.
Hello. Yes, thank you for joining everyone who's here. Today's about crocheting, and I realized one of my most difficult projects. I don't know where it is.
What's that?
David's axe.
Oh.
His fireman axe.
I might know a place.
When the next birthday that I was crocheting thing, I think it was my second crocheting project, was a toy axe fireman axe for David. He loves firemen, and so he said he wanted to become a fireman. So I made him a half felt, half crocheted fireman axe. It was really cool, but I have no clue where it is.
It might be in a toy box.
Probably is, yeah.
Sharon Jackson says, sound and picture is great. Hannah,
Great.
did you ever get the crochet link I sent?
Crochet link you sent? I think so. Yeah, I probably did. I have a lot of links popping in, so I probably can't think of the exact one, but I probably did get it. Yes. I'll have to look through and yeah. After that winter, we decided for Hanukkah we were gonna make homemade gifts for everyone, and because I was kind of new at crocheting still, it was fun for me because I made each person in the family something crocheted. Biggest project I ever did. Only started it like 2 months ahead when I should have started it like 4 months ahead. My goodness. I don't have all of them with me actually, because I realized some of them people like put them places and not sure where they put them. But I made, let's see, I made my mom a scarf, my dad a scarf, Sam a scarf, David a scarf, and then I made Jenna a hat, Mimi a hat, Corbin. Did I make Corbin a hat? Did I make Corbin anything? Yeah, I made him a hat. All right, yeah, I have the hat over here. Yeah, so that's 7 people. Am I missing someone?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because it's me and Toby wasn't born yet. Oh, I realized I could have grabbed his hat. But the scarf I made was, I think it's either 2 yards long or a yard and a half. But yeah, I think it's a yard and a half. But it's this long, and this is my mom's scarf. It's a nice thick one. I pretty much, I'm not sure what. I think I did some kind of seed stitch with this one, something like that.
Few
All right.
things. Julie Ellison says, "Hi Hannah, love
Hello.
the ear muffs for the baseball style hats."
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Thinking of others says a nice hello, Miss Hannah.
Hello.
And Sharon Jackson said it was a Swiffer duster pad. I recall that.
Right. Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure I remember that. Yeah, I've got like a whole list of stuff that I plan on crocheting, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I put that one on there. But I've got just like, it's kind of like a list of stuff where what should I crochet next, because this list is so big, and half of it is like winter stuff. So obviously I'm not gonna be crocheting that until about fall time. And then the other half is just kind of a mixture of a whole bunch of different things, from play foods for the little kids, from snuggy socks for me, to a blanket. But I'm probably not going to crochet a blanket because I just got a new one recently.
Yeah, we're gonna tag team like play food for the kids.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of different things. Like I could crochet a cookie or some spaghetti noodles or something like that. And so I'm not sure exactly what I should crochet next.
Kathy Bulmer says it's beautiful.
Thank you.
And Debbie Bull says hi from Alabama.
Hello. Yep, crocheting projects. This one, I don't remember who's the first scarf that I worked on. I think it's. Oh, I think it was.
No, Mom made you a scarf.
I honestly think it was Sam's. This is Sam's. He doesn't have any fringe because I thought Sam wouldn't want any. My dad, I'm pretty sure I did put fringe on it, but I didn't bring his up here. But for my mom and my dad, I did fringe at the bottom of it, and when I do my pattern on how to crochet a scarf, when I eventually get this video made and put out, and I don't know, because scarves, they're not take forever, but you do have to have everything written down, and you kind of have to go back and forth. It does take you quite some time, but it's definitely worth it because I got a huge scarf out of it.
Hi, Nancy.
Hello. But I'll probably show how to make fringe on a video, and it is so easy. You just simply cut out a piece and like loop it through the yarn, and it stays on. They use these scarves all the time, and the fringe stays on. So, and Sam's doesn't have it. All the scarves I made, I did not single crochet, the seed stitch. But I think I messed up on the seed stitch. I think I was doing it wrong the whole time.
It worked.
But But I fixed that when I did the dishcloth. The dishcloth, this is the actual seed stitch.
Are those the two supposed to be the two same? With the scarf, did you do the seed stitch?
This is, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the seed stitch. If not, then just a single crochet. But I think it's supposed to be the seed stitch, but I messed up. But you can see the difference between the two.
Yeah, the scarf one looks better actually. For a scarf, because it looks more full.
Yeah, it's a tighter stitch, and which is good for scarves. And the seed stitch does have like some holes looking kind of in it, but it still is a tighter knit than other ones. But honestly, it may just be like a single crochet. I don't know, but single crochet is probably the easiest to do for a scarf because it's one of the tightest stitches I know that you can do, because you know you don't want a bunch of holes in your scarf, and then then there's no use for a scarf.
Julie said the play food is a quick, easy project.
Yeah, I've tried making a bit of play food. This is like, it was actually my second project that I was working on before the axe, but I never finished it. I was trying to make a crochet Oreo, and I'm not very good at making circles.
Oh, I have a pattern for a felt Oreo.
For a felt Oreo? Cool.
For those who can hear our father outside.
Actually, they may not be able to, because one time I did a video and they couldn't even hear the voice filter that was outside. I don't know, but if you do hear voices, our windows open because it's a beautiful day outside. It's I don't know what
a beautiful day in our
neighborhood. Yeah.
Thinking of others says, please think of selling your scarves.
Yeah, it would be fun to sell them, and everyone is amazed with how fast I can crochet, and I don't understand how I'm able to crochet this stuff so fast. But my mom, aunts, and grandma are all like, you crochet incredibly fast. This scarf here, I think I got done in like a day and a half to 2 days. And I didn't even have my full attention on it for most of the days, because we're actually at my grandma's house when I crocheted these. So we were playing card games and doing fun things instead of just sitting down on the couch and crocheting the whole time. But now, but I mean, I am supposedly fast at crocheting, but I've got lots of my newest projects, which is the dishcloth, and where if you go onto my channel, you'll be able to find the pattern for this. This is the seed stitch. It's one of my absolute favorite stitches because it's very pretty, and it's not a super difficult stitch. It's incredibly easy. And then the other new project that I did, which also has a video, is how to make a pot holder. Also incredibly easy.
Are you going to do videos on any of this other stuff?
I think for a scarf, I probably will be doing a video. For an ear warmer, this one is this one yours or mom's?
That's mine.
This one is Girl in Worlds. Naomi's over there. This is her ear warmer that I made her this last Hanukkah. And they are super comfy. And they cover your ears. And so I'll probably do a pattern in the future on how to make these. But I don't know, because crocheting videos do take a little longer than just a regular video, because you have to actually crochet the project in between the beginning clips and the end clips. And then you can show off how to finish it off and, well, finish it. And then a hat is incredibly easy. This one's Mimi's. It's not my best hat, because I've gotten better at crocheting hats. But I have this one, and then this one's my hat that I made. I call it my pineapple hat. I did I think it's a popcorn stitch. Of course, the pattern I read didn't make sense, so I think it's my own version of a popcorn stitch. And it's my pineapple hat, so the popcorn stitch gives it that pineapple effect, and then a little green puffball. And I wear it whenever we go outside sledding and stuff, and I can do this if I need to. But it's a very comfy hat. And so if I'll probably do a video on a hat, on a scarf, and ear warmers, and then baseball cap ear warmers. These I created my own pattern with, so I probably will do a video in the future about it, and they are really easy as well. And this one's my brother's. and so he used it all winter long, and whenever he went outside. And so what it simply is you have your baseball cap, and you just simply sit this on top over your baseball cap, and so this goes above the actual like rim cap of part of it, and it's pretty much an ear warmer that goes for your baseball cap. So it's a baseball cap ear warmer. And these are super easy. I pretty much created my own pattern because the patterns, there was all of them you had to buy.
Are you gonna make a pattern on or a video on that too?
I probably will make a video in the future. I'm not sure when, but I mean, I'm planning on making crocheting videos throughout the year. I'll probably, I'm hoping I'll have it out near fall time at least, so then when the cold does hit, you'll be able to make one real easy. But yeah, and then this is Jenna's cute little scarf. It's super tiny but adorable. I'm not even sure how long it is, but it's just got little fringe on it. And she has one scarf, and it was really big, and so for this last Hanukkah, I made her a small one. And because the time where I made everyone's scarves and stuff, I made her a colorful hat. Yeah, very bright. Um, but yeah, and then Corbin, I also made a hat that one year.
You didn't make me a hat.
Yeah, I did.
I mean a scarf.
Yeah. So I've got
I'm the only one that doesn't have a scarf.
I've got certain projects I'm gonna eventually work on, but like I said, probably more near end of summer to fall is when I'll crochet them, so we have them for winter. So a scarf for her, an ear warmer for me. I
don't earmuffs for your cousin and uncle.
Yeah, because I was planning on making them baseball cap ear warmers. That's the other ones that I had to pause right now, because winter's already over. Why would you give them an ear warmer in like the middle of summer? Is basically when I would give it to them. So yeah. So I'm planning on like pausing that for a while. This is one of my favorite projects. I love it. And I actually saw a pin on Pinterest on the idea of it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, it is so cute. So it's a little froggy ear warmer for Corbin. And you know him as an adorable little 2-year-old wearing a little froggy ear warmer. And I also like stitched in a little smile and little nose. And then this, I finally found out how to make an easy circle. I kind of actually like learned how to do it myself. Taught myself how to do a circle because I tried looking up videos on what they call a magic circle for crocheting, but I could never grasp it and figure out how to do it. So instead, I found out how to make my own circle, and once I do it a couple more times, I'll probably end up doing a video on that. Yeah, it's getting kind of cold. All right, maybe it's gonna close the window in case you hear weird squeaking sounds.
From UK says hello. She also said
hello.
I am still trying to learn to crochet. I seem to end up mangling the wool.
Yeah.
Are you going to do a video on how to start crocheting or best projects if you want to start crocheting?
Yeah, I mean, I could always do that. I probably will do the easy beginners video on how to crochet, and I'll probably just show how to do the single crochet stitch, how to do the loop at the beginning, and the best way to deal with your yarn, trying to not get it tangled all over the place, because I have a terrible time with that sometimes. And what I always do is here, what if I have some already done? A bunch of crocheting hooks and stuff.
What do you think is the easiest project to work on for crocheting?
The easiest project to work on for crocheting?
Besides just like a line
of... yeah, I've actually done that once. One time I actually made a dog leash for my little sister's stuffed animal puppy, and it was pretty much like single crochets like 3 times, and that was it. It was super easy. But the very beginner's project, I would say, so you can get used to crocheting, I would probably advise a scarf, a pot holder, or a dishcloth. And you don't have to do a seed stitch for a dishcloth. Granted, I did do a seed stitch for this one, but
that's because you're a master.
No, I'm not a master. but you can easily do a single crochet one. If you, let's say, you have already made a scarf and you want to go into another project, you can make a dishcloth out of the same pattern from a scarf. That's because, I mean, if you're going back and forth for the scarf like this, because I went back and forth down, I know there are some interesting scarves where it's like you go down this way and then this way and this way, but I've only gone ever back and forth for it. So you can make a lot of things out of a scarf pattern, because if you look, the dishcloth, all you need to do is pretty much, because your chain, that's it. That's what I couldn't remember the word. A chain. All you need to do is make it the length of your dishcloth, in which I think this is 9 or 7 inches, something like that. I can't remember. You make it that long, and then you just do the back and forth pattern from the scarf. So if you are having trouble find out how to do a dishcloth, just take a scarf and don't make it so long. That's all it really is don't just take the dishcloth and just make it not as long as a scarf.
Elizabeth says, I love your seed stitch dishcloth, but when I tried it, it didn't look like yours. I will keep trying. And then she said, that'd be great. I'd get the first chain and go a bit haywire after that. I'm with you. I can't crochet for the life of me.
Yeah, I'm hoping maybe I can teach her better on how to crochet this summer.
Yeah, we made a deal this summer. I'm gonna teach her to sew better, and she's gonna teach me to crochet better.
Yeah, because I can sew, but I'm not very good at it, and I don't find it the most fun. I know that sounds kind of weird because I know some people love sewing and everything, but sewing's okay. It's not really my favorite thing.
Take that back.
I like crocheting.
We have a question from Julie.
Okay.
What is a hook size to use with regular yarn and the cotton for a dishcloth?
Okay, for a dishcloth, for
now,
hook size,
do you make your stitches a little tighter?
I've always been kind of a, when I first started, I would do tight stitches all the time, and my grandma was saying you need to learn to loosen your stitches.
I did that.
Yeah,
I couldn't get mine.
I think everyone at the beginning always has their stitches super tight. For some reason, my grandma, whenever she crochets, she has very loose stitches, and I don't understand how she's even able to do all these loose stitches.
That's probably why I can't crochet. I can't get my needle back in through the hole.
But for your beginning chain, you need to make sure it's loose. At least the beginning chain. And then after that, if you want to have it where it's a little tighter than the beginning chain, then you should be just fine. But because the beginner's chain is literally just a line, it's very difficult to get your hook in between the areas that you need to actually put your hook so you can crochet.
Well,
so yeah.
She said, don't the hooks have a number or a letter on them?
They do. And
what do you use usually?
Yeah, I'll show you which one that I like using best.
And do you use that for every project so far?
Yeah, I pretty much use one hook for all my projects because it's my favorite hook. That's pretty much what I do, and if I lose the hook, then I find a new favorite hook that's around the same size. But this one is my favorite hook. It's a 550, and I think in letters it's an MM. Okay, yeah. And if you look at the tip of it, it's actually like got a little, here, I'll show you something. If you look right here, it's sharp. Is it focusing? Is it?
It's focusing more on your face, but you can see it.
If you look at the difference between this one is more round. This one's more sharp looking. I like the ones that are sharp at the end because it seems to hold the yarn better than this one.
It hooks it better?
Yeah, it hooks it a lot better because for this one, if you're sitting here, because it's looped, it'll slip off your hook a lot. But then this one, because it's sharp and it's like very,
it can grasp it better.
Yeah, it holds it a lot stronger because it kind of, the other one, because it's curved like this, it'll just simply like slip off. But the other one, it's very like, kind of has like a groove that the yarn's able to sit in easier. All right.
Miss Hannah, where would a person find the material? So where's the best place to buy yarn?
I actually just mostly buy my yarn from Walmart. And I know.
Is that because it's like comfy yarn or it's just cheap?
Well, it's a lot of the time it's because it's cheap. Walmart has, their yarn is so much cheaper than Michael's and Joann's. If you hear high-pitched sound, that's my dog whining because she wants to come in. But I know she'll knock around stuff, so I'm not bringing her in. She likes to hang out in my room with me. But for yarn, I would definitely advise getting it from Walmart. Way cheaper than Joann's and Michael's.
Well, just the generic Walmart brand, right?
The generic Walmart brand, but I think also the more expensive brands are cheaper at Walmart, because if you look at they have the same generic brand at Joann's and it's like $2 more. And sometimes they have it where, like, here, I'll bring this out. This is baby soft yarn that I used for a hat for my little baby brother. And
It looks soft.
It is. It's actually really soft. I really like it. And this stuff isn't as soft. This is just the regular generic brand, but it's not itchy. It's a nice it's the nice soft yarn, but then it's also not itchy, so it's not the softest, but it's good enough for scarves and stuff like that. I've got like an itch in my throat. I'm sorry. Ugh. But there's certain things like where'd it go? Alright. This ear warmer is actually the cheapest yarn there is at Walmart. And I'll usually buy the skeins of yarn about this big, because I know they have like the jumbo ones about that big, and which I've bought before. The teeny tiny ones about this big, and then the regular normal size is about this big.
How many projects can you make from one about that big?
It truly depends on the project, because for a baseball cap ear warmer, I can get about 1 to 2 to 1.5 ear warmers. Well, see, because you can always tie the strings together and continue your project. But I kind of just buy the skein of yarn, and then whatever left over I put off to the side, and I'll eventually use for projects. But this one, for the ear warmer, the skein of yarn is about this big. It's the cheapest one at Walmart. Granted, they don't have a wide variety of colors, but a lot of them is like dark blue, black, this kind of mud brown.
Colors.
Yeah, for this one, they don't have a lot of colors. For her ear warmer at one Walmart, I was able to find this pretty purple in that brand.
That blue hat over there is from Walmart, right?
Yeah, but it's not the same company.
Oh.
There's this one, which is the average company that, here, I wonder if I should have a label. I usually keep all the labels, because if you do keep the labels, they actually have patterns on them. I know in one of my boxes or something I have a whole bunch of the labels here. The Red Heart. That is the average brand. Oh my gosh, I was actually starting to make something out of this.
You just left.
I tend to do that. But the Red Heart is the average brand, and it's soft. I think this. Wait a minute. Where'd it go? Where'd your ear warmer go? Did I drop it? Yeah, I did.
How was that? I don't know.
I think this is the same brand. Okay, this wasn't the soft yarn. Never mind.
You use the cheap brand for me.
They don't. Well, it's either that or you have like a black, dark blue, or
I want that baby
brown one.
Soft looking.
This is actually. You realize baby yarn is more expensive than regular yarn.
It's soft.
It is. It's incredibly soft. But there's this one. I wonder if I have.
Julie asks, "Thank you for the good information, Sharp and MM or 550. Are they all pink?"
Or what else? Wait, what?
The crocheting hooks.
Oh no, they're not. No. That's just the color of mine that I have.
You can get this from Walmart, right?
Walmart, yeah, that's where I usually buy all my crocheting supplies.
Yeah.
A lot of my hooks, Mom actually gave me. This one I got from Mom, and then the rest of them, I have a wide variety of them. And a great thing to have for crocheting hooks. I lost it again.
What did you lose?
There is tapestry needles.
Nice, the Red Heart. That's the brand.
Yeah, that's.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Mom. This is, I think, the same. Close to the same color as this top of my pineapple. But the Red Heart, it's the brand that's the average Walmart brand. This is the one that has every color, pretty much the most, besides the peaches and cream and the occasional ear warmers that are the cheaper one. This is the average brand that I'll buy, because it's still soft, it's not itchy, and it's it seems to work pretty well, except for the fact that I can never find the string that's in the middle, because I like making mine into balls. It's a lot easier, because let's say I'm here. Where's my string? Here it is.
What is that? What is it called?
I think it's a skein scan of yarn.
Oh, okay.
Something like
well,
that.
Elizabeth said, I wish we had skeins like that here. They look more inviting than ones we have here. I was like, what the heck?
I know if you go to Joann's and stuff, you'll see the other ones where they're pretty much like one long one, and they like twist it together somehow. And I've never actually. I have some downstairs, but I've never crocheted with that before. I have some expensive brands downstairs that someone gave me, and I've never actually used that stuff.
There's
any kind of
there's Joann's in the UK.
There's no Joann's in the UK?
I don't think so. Are there Joann's?
Expensive craft stores, more expensive stuff where you can find deals and stuff, but honestly, even when they do have coupons, unless it's like 50% off, I don't usually get it. Because if it's 20% off, it's still usually more than Walmart. So, alright, you said that is there a question? Or?
Oh, well, we have a few questions and a few comments. Let's go from the top. Okay.
I hope I'm answering questions enough. If I'm missing it, just re-ask it, and I should like remember the question and try and finish what I was saying, because I'm kind of jumping around.
All right, Miss Hannah, I think I purchased a hand crochet pair of socks from Bandana Grandma. Have you ever tried to do that?
Socks? No, I have no clue how to make socks, but
I know how to hand crochet.
Hand crochet?
Well, that too. Yeah, a friend of mine taught me, and I thought it was just a bracelet. I like how to make a bracelet, so I knew how to hand crochet the whole time.
Oh, okay. Hand crocheting, it's pretty.
Would you ever consider that, like buying a big ball of yarn?
I have. I've actually considered buying a big ball of yarn and hand crocheting a pillow, because that sounds fun. Because I obviously need more pillows. Without my billions of pillows I already have, I obviously need another one. But I mean, I think I would probably make a video on it. If not a tutorial, then at least like a
review.
Review on it, and maybe even like a time lapse and showing me crocheting it or something like that. That'd be so much fun.
You can see the difference between crocheting with a hook and hand crocheting.
Yeah, crocheting with a hook, you
use a hook.
Yeah, you use a hook, and so you have it your loops, and you put it in, you grab the yarn with your hook, and then you pull it through. And for hand crocheting, it's pretty much you trade the hook with your fingers.
Yeah,
kind of.
It's you make like a hoop. What is that called? A loop.
What? Whenever I actually need the name, I can never remember what it was.
It's where here. Hi everyone.
Here, where's? Oh, okay. Apparently this is. All right, here it is. Here, you mean this loop?
Well, you start like this, and then you make another one like this.
Like this.
Here, I'll show you.
What is this called again?
Oh, I think it's just called a loop. So you pull it through like that.
Yeah, that's what I have. There's tons of different ways you can learn how to do this.
And then when you're done, you just like pull it through.
Yeah, that's what a slip knot.
Oh, wait, well, no, that's how you make it the entire way. You make one, and you just go through and you keep going and you keep going. You can make it really tight or really loose, and you can do this with. I've done it with rope and I've done it with.
You realize that's what crocheting is.
What?
That's what your starter chain is.
I know.
It's slip stitches.
But no, it's like that. The entire slip.
Yeah, something like that.
Because
you just simply pull it through like that. But then for your hands, you just simply you have it on like your finger.
What the heck are you doing?
I'm making that.
Oh, that's not how I use it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said is that
there's
a whole bunch of different ones.
Yeah, but then
then you go through and you're like this, and then
you make I guess that's called a loop, and you just go through.
Yeah, I really like the idea of
See, sometimes I miss.
I have this really big crocheting hook that my mom gave me. I don't know where it is. I think maybe in here.
Would you ever consider
jumbo crocheting bag? My mom actually bought on
such
an online thing. Ooh, I have a job right there.
Man, I do it with paracord all the time, and so I'm used to the bigger. Hello, Michigan Daffodil
buttons from the dollar store. That's the buttons that I used on those ear warmers, and I just simply got the little thing from the dollar store.
Have you ever tried making slippers?
Slippers. No, but that's on my list. I have.
You should make baby slippers. What's in Hannah's crocheting bag?
I have so much stuff in here. I don't even know where some of this stuff came from. I have red yarn. I don't know why I have red yarn. I've never used red yarn before.
You can make a play food tomato.
Do you ever get these things from craft stores? They have patterns on papers. I always grab them, and sometimes I even already have them. Is every single time I see one and it looks like something fun to crochet. This is a shawl,
That doesn't look fun.
and I'll grab it.
That looks scary.
It's a shawl.
I know, but it looks scary to crochet.
No?
But it's like different colors and everything.
And see, this one's like a colorful scarf. And I have these things all over the place. So I just ended up grabbing one of my photo boxes, and I have like a pile of them. I have, and
You should get a. You have a tiny binder.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, that could work.
But I have, and then I went to a couple crocheting classes with my grandma, and they showed us a couple different stitches, and that's where I actually. Turns out I was doing the seed stitch, but I didn't know it was called the seed stitch.
Yeah.
But this is like a cheat sheet on how to the beginning stuff on crocheting. So when I make it, I'll probably take a lot of it from this. Turns out, wait. Okay, yeah. It shows how to do single crochet, double crochet, treble crochet, half double crochet.
Are you gonna do videos on this?
Yeah, like I said, I'll probably do a video on the very beginnings on how to do a single crochet stuff and the usual, and then I'll probably on like different videos do just like a quick video on how to do a double crochet, and kind of like instead of making a giant project, it's simply, I don't know, a couple minute video on just simply how to do a double crochet, and I'll probably just make a square out of it. I'll just have how to make a double crochet, and then you make a square, and it's just simply teaching you the stitch instead of teaching you how to do a different project. It's just the stitch, and that's how I first learned to crochet. Was I looked up different videos on how to do the simple stitches, and I looked at some different photos on different things, and that's how I first started. Of course, that little purse that I showed you, still, I don't even know what stitch that was. I think that might have been the single crochet, but I'm not even sure.
Have you considered getting a notebook and writing it all down?
I have, and I'd probably be best because I actually forget how to do most stitches and end up having to try and find the source where I got it in the first place.
I do that with hand sewing.
I do that all the time, and it actually irritates me. So I ended up finally, because I messed up the first time with the seed stitch, I wrote it down, and I have it written down on my phone, so I'm going to have to get a notebook somewhere. I have so many notebooks, I just have to find one. And I'll probably have a notebook on different stitches on how to do. But this is a giant crocheting hook. Most of my hooks are actually my mom's. I kind of just took them and stuck them in my bag. But she says that she likes the ones that have like the rubber handles on them. And like,
Careful,
I've
she's
never
watching this.
Well, she knows I took pretty much all her crocheting hooks. She knows that. In fact, these three I literally just found in the sewing box recently. Sam had them.
Oh, it's a baby.
I know, these things are so tiny.
Wait,
Look
why
at
did
them.
Sam
They
have
look
a
the size of a
crocheting hook?
needle. He started learning to crochet, but I don't even know if he's still trying to learn.
Okay, so with that big crocheting hook there, what would you make out of that?
I actually saw there's like this cool there's this cool hammock chair you can make out of something like this. And instead of hand crocheting with that big thick
Macrame.
yarn, I think it might be that actually. I think it actually is. But instead of using your hands for the big thick yarn of hand crocheting, I think you're supposed to use a hook like this. If you want to use a hook. But
would you consider making a big chair like that?
Yeah, I've actually always wanted to. You just like take I don't know what they're called, but they're the two long round sticks that you use. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, you can find those at the dollar store. When I made Dad's, I'm sorry, not the dollar. Actually, no, Walmart.
Walmart.
And they're cheap.
What were they called? It starts like with a D or something. Maybe.
Double sticks? I don't know.
But like they're these giant round sticks. You can see them on hammocks and stuff. Like there's this the average like white hammock has the two long poles that the hammock's actually attached to. And so you're able to make a cool chair out of it. Stop laughing at me. And then knitting, I'm sure a couple of you guys are going to ask, do you know how to knit? No, I do not. These are Mom's that I also took from her sewing box. She doesn't know how to knit either. I don't know why she has knitting needles.
All right, but we have a few.
Yeah, I do not know how to knit.
Out of Goshen says, I used to make a rug. You should make a rug.
Out of Goshen?
Yeah. I told you she's watching.
Mom made a rug?
Yeah.
You made a rug? You never told me about this? Bitches and cream yarn. I need to clean out this bag. I have some random stuff in here.
All right.
I didn't think you ever made a rug. Really?
I've seen it where you take like a hula hoop and then you like wrap the yarn around and then you weave it.
Yeah.
I know that's not what you did, but
yeah, I actually have the one that's like that, except it has like the little pegs around the hoop. I actually have those, and I know that it's easy to make hats and stuff with that. I've always wanted to try one. I have some downstairs in a box. I'm not sure where. Somewhere. And I'm planning on in the future, hopefully this summer I'll be able to get them out, and I'll be able to figure out how to crochet with those things. All right. Summer is like, I'm just, whenever I can't find something, I'm just like, in the summer or fall, I'll eventually get to it.
Michigan Daffodil says, do you know how to read a pattern, or do you learn only by watching? I can't read a pattern, and at my age, it's not going to happen. LOL. YouTube is my friend.
At the beginning, I completely agreed with you, and I still have trouble reading patterns, so I mostly look up videos on how to do stuff, and that's why, in some ways, I make my own pattern. But that's why I like making videos about how to crochet something instead of having to write something about how to crochet something. And this here is how to read patterns. And so that's why I love this cheat sheet crochet paper. Yeah. Is it shows you the abbreviations on what they're talking about in patterns. And so how if it says HDC, it's like half double crochet. And then I know that I think in the UK they have different abbreviations, so you have to be careful with what patterns you use, because most of the time they'll tell if it's the American abbreviations or if it's like the UK abbreviations, something like that. But I have the American one here, and so you have to be careful, because I know that in the UK they have, I don't remember exactly what it was. I think they don't have a half double crochet. Instead, they call that the triple crochet. So they have the double crochet, triple crochet, and then they have a different type of crochet. I don't know. It gets really confusing. I don't know much about the UK crocheting terms. I'm still actually trying to learn the American crocheting terms. But I mean, yeah. If I'm sure if you look up crochet abbreviations, American, you should be able to come up with the how to read the patterns for crocheting, because I mean, I may end up making a video on all the abbreviations that they have in the books, because I just got this lovely book from Pamela Waters. It's a book about how to crochet lots of different dishcloths, and in this I would have to learn how to read the patterns, because it's like with right side facing, join this yarn with this yarn, chain 2, and then it just like it has lots of different abbreviations, because that's what most patterns are made up of, is the abbreviations. Instead of having to say single crochet, it's like SC or something like that. And so to read patterns, you really got to figure out the abbreviations. All right,
we have a lot of questions and comments.
Oh, this is like the most questions I've ever had on a live
stream. Let's do comments. Well, let's just do statements first.
Okay.
Elizabeth D says, you are right, it can get confusing.
Yeah, it really can.
Michigan Daffodil says, pictures with abbreviations may help.
Abbreviations, yeah. Yeah, so...
you can always draw your own and put it in a video.
Yeah, I can always do that. But yeah, abbreviations really are something I still have difficult time with.
Alright, but Michigan Daffodil, have you ever made a decorative shawl?
A shawl? No, I have thought about it, because I've seen some where it's almost like a cardigan, and what they simply do is they just make a huge rectangle, and then they kind of like, it's one of those ones where then you take these two corners, and you connect them, and so then those are the loops for the arm. And so
Oh,
it's
yeah,
kind
I
of
saw
it's
that.
kind of like a small kind of shawl sweater thing. But I mean, a shawl is pretty much like just a giant square, not a rectangle, but a giant square. And so I've thought about doing that, and which I think that'd be fun, but I don't know. I'd have to look up a couple things on how to do some certain stuff about it. But
Elizabeth D says like a turtle jacket.
a turtle jacket?
And then, hey, Emily Grace says crochet a cardigan for spring.
A cardigan, yeah. And it's funny because I'm like, I've never learned to crochet a sleeve before. And then I'm like, well, Mimi, isn't sewing a sleeve easy? And she's like, no, sewing sleeves aren't easy.
Yeah,
So
for some reason sleeves are a pain in the butt.
I'm kind of thinking that sleeves for things like cardigans are kind of just like a hat, because the way I do hats, it's like a tube and you connect it at the top, but instead, that's what it is.
Oh, I was like, what the heck does that mean?
And so, kind of just like a crocheted tube that I'm guessing, and you like connect the top of it to the actual part of the thing. I don't know. I've never actually really learned or looked up anything on how to make a cardigan because it's a very complex pattern, I would guess say for me, even though I've done some other weird hard things. All right, what's next?
All right, a few things. Michigan Daffodil says no sweater, a vest, no sleeves. LOL. And then
yeah.
what about fingerless gloves? You like fingerless gloves?
Fingerless gloves, I don't know, but I really like the ones where they're the shape of the actual mitten, or like they're the round mitten, and then they have it where the top of it like folds back and buttons up right here, and so then they become fingerless gloves. I always like those ones. Those ones are cool, but I've never crocheted a glove before, and I have no clue how. So I definitely would have to look up something on to do that. And if any of these things that I say I have no clue how, and I'm not sure how, once I find out and I'm good at it and I've got it down, I'll most likely do a video about it. Granted, there's a bunch of other things that I need to do videos of first, but I'm still planning on making those videos. I just haven't got the time to actually sit down, make the video, and put it all together and everything. All right, what's next?
Gailey, I think is how you pronounce your name. How do you organize your wool? Do you use a dresser or one of those clear drawer organizers? Actually, that's a smart idea.
Yeah, that is a smart idea. I don't really organize my
yarn.
I stick my yarn everywhere. I have like a pile of yarn under my bed right now, and that bag was over there, and there's like yarn stuffed in it. And I've got a basket downstairs, a trash bag full of yarn that someone gave me downstairs.
You're a yarn hoarder.
I have a lot of yarn. And yet I still go to the store and go, oh, I need this certain color for yarn, because whenever I do a project, I happen to not have the color I need.
I do that with felt all the time, and I have 2 boxes full
of
felt.
It's like I only ever use the one color, but I've done so many different colors. Camo. I used all the camo, so then that's why whenever I need a project, I have to go and get more camo. But then they're like, you have so much yarn. How do you not have camo? I don't know. I don't know how I don't have any camo yarn.
Kids take it because it's like
it's like all the yarn that you need at that moment you think you have, but then you look everywhere and you can't find it. It just like disappears.
All right.
Yeah, it happens a lot. So no, I don't really organize my yarn, but I need to.
Have you ever learned how to broomstick crochet?
Broomstick crochet? No, and I've actually never heard of that. What is broomstick crochet? Yes, I would like to know that. So put them in the comments below. Like, just what's broomstick crochet?
That's pretty.
Did you look it up?
Yeah.
What's it look like?
It's like a decorative. It's kind of like knitting where you hold it like that.
Here. Where like the knitting needles where you hold it like this.
Here's a picture.
Like I don't know how to knit, so if I'm doing it wrong. Okay, yeah, that's like knitting. There's actually a type of crocheting hook somewhere over there on the side of my bed with a bunch of other stuff. My Aunt Barb, she has it where it's like a hook, but it's twice as long. So think of a hook this long, and at the end has that little knitting thing that's like a kind of like it stops the yarn from coming off your hook. And so it's pretty much like a giant knitting needle, but the top of it is a crocheting hook. And she knows how to make a really cool washcloth with this. I have no clue what it's called because I completely forgot. Yeah, Aunt Barb. She
can crochet.
Yeah, she crochets.
Oh yeah, I know that.
She says that she has tight stitches too, though, and Grandma doesn't understand how she has tight stitches, and she doesn't understand how Grandma has loose stitches. It gets really confusing, but it seems to be a lot of people have very tight crocheting stitches, but just try your best to loosen it at the beginning. That's my thing. Is loosen it at the beginning, and the rest of it should be fine.
Oh wow.
But yeah.
Oh my gosh, you have to make a turtleback jacket. Elizabeth D said that's what it's called.
What is? Oh, is that the one that I was saying where it's like a rectangle and you?
It's really pretty.
Let me see.
Here.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. A turtleback jacket.
I would
Okay.
wear that.
Yeah, I mean that would look cute with like a dress. So, yeah, I mean,
oh look,
I can always try and make that.
Right here, it has a.
It sounds simple because I think it's pretty much just you crochet a giant rectangle and then you connect those two corners, and so it's like that's the sleeves, and then the rest of it. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, so it's like a giant rectangle, cardigan kind of thing. Turtleback jacket.
Oh wow.
Turtle.
Actually, it's a
turtle
circle.
jacket. A circle.
Yeah. Look at
I'm
this.
not very good at crocheting circles. Huh. That's actually really cool. So I'll have to look more into that, and if I find out that I'm good at it and I can crochet it, then I will.
Elizabeth D says it's out of it.
Yeah.
If you can make a square, you can make one. You know how to make a square.
I know how to make a square. That's like a giant scarf. I compare everything for crocheting like a scarf.
Yeah. Hey, Elizabeth Gray says crochet a sleeveless cardigan for summer.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, because
I crochet a swimsuit.
I have one. Remember that that really. I no, I'm not crocheting a swimsuit. That sounds weird. I'm not crocheting a swimsuit. Remember that like teal kind of thing, cardigan thingy I had that looks like that? Remember I used to wear it all the time everywhere?
No.
You have no clue what I'm talking about.
Wait, are you talking about like the poncho looking thing?
It's not a poncho. What the heck are you talking about?
Well, you know, it's like it looks like a poncho, but like the thin.
I don't know. I have this like kind of shawl thing that I got from a thrift store.
Is it one where it's like a big circle and it's pink and you just like put it over your head and has no sleeves and it just sits on your arms?
I know what you're talking about, but no, it's not that.
Oh, okay.
I used to wear those when I was little though. That's like some kind of shawl thing.
I have no idea.
I think it may be a shawl. I don't know. But the one that I'm talking about, it's kind of like a mixture between a shawl and a cardigan, but it's like a quarter sleeve. I don't know. It's really really confusing with how to explain what it is, but I love it, and it's one of my favorite things to wear in the summertime. And it's got like that like nice stretchy fabric. And I tried to figure out how to make one of those, and I think it looks a lot like is it turtle? What's it called? Turtle something?
Turtleback jacket.
Turtleback jacket. It kind of looks a little like that, but a little different. Yeah. I still have no clue what I should crochet next though. I'm thinking maybe I should try slippers. But I'm kind of scared too because I don't even know where to start with that.
You should crochet me some socks.
Crochet you socks? And crochet myself socks. I don't crochet stuff for myself very often. I crocheted myself this hat. I'm pretty sure that's the only thing I've ever crocheted myself. And my scarf, my mom crocheted me the scarf. Hello.
Poncho. Yep. Yeah. See, everyone's saying a poncho is a good idea.
A poncho?
Well, you know how you can get, there's like two different scarves. The scarves, there's the fashionable, and then there's the crocheting. And you know, the fashionable is like this, I don't know what that fabric's called, like the thin fabric. Yeah,
where it's almost like
you had like a poncho out of that. Make a granny square afghan. You made a granny square before.
A granny square, I'm not very good at granny squares. My granny square is pretty much just like a square out of the seed stitch. My granny squares looks like a dishcloth.
Michigan Daffodil says, save money by choosing the yarn than the project. Tara would be proud.
Yeah, I'm sure I can make a lot of projects with my yarn. I could like cover my whole bedroom in projects with how much yarn I have right now. I don't need any more yarn, but I know that when I find a project, I will have the right color, and then I'll have to go get more yarn.
It's not like she can't, but like if she's making a present for someone and she needs purple because that's the person's favorite color, she's not gonna use green. She has to have purple.
Yeah, I have a lot of, I would say I have a lot of like things like reds, and kind of orange browns, grays, blacks, the ones that we don't use too often. And if not that, then it's this different type of yarn that I've never actually used before, and so I'm not sure how well it would work for it. Because, like, this is Peaches and Cream, this is Baby Soft yarn, this is that Red Heart one, this is that yarn that I have no clue what the name is, but it's cheap and it's soft. And so there's.
You should do a video of you walking around Walmart and showing like each.
The certain yarns that are best. Yeah. I mean, I could always. Yeah, I can make a video where I have each different yarn that they sell at Walmart. And I mean, I actually have a lot of the types. Like, I just had it here.
Oh,
I don't know.
Jan says, "Too bad you don't live closer. I have tons of yarn and she would share some with you." Don't give her any yarn. No, I'm kidding. Feel free if you want to give her yarn, but she has.
I have a lot of yarn.
She's a yarn hoarder.
Yeah, I have a lot of yarn.
She also says, "Granny squares are the only things I can crochet." At least you can crochet something. I can't crochet.
Yeah, maybe I need to teach her how to crochet.
What about a hammock? Says Bayou Sunshine.
It would be a lot of fun to crochet a hammock. I've actually thought about that before. And I think what it is pretty much you crochet like a huge rectangle and then you like bunch it up at the two corners. I think that's how to crochet a hammock truly is. It's either that or do the thing that I was talking about, where you use that jumbo size hook that I don't know where I put. I don't understand what you're saying. Yes. So do we have another question?
Well, we had the question of the day. What do you think Hannah should crochet next?
Yes.
Bayou Sunshine says a hammock, and then Glenda says, "I have an idea for you. Get a binder, plastic, see-through sleeves, and take pictures of your projects along with the patterns and who you give them to. That way you can keep them straight. I love your videos." That's a great idea.
That's a great idea, and I actually have some random binders sitting around in a box over there, so I could totally do that where I take a picture of it, and then I'll be able to write down the seed stitch pattern so I don't forget it like I always do.
Here's a challenge: make a whole project with just the yarn you have on hand.
That would be
giant blanket or giant oven mitt.
A giant oven mitt. Yeah, I would say with how much yarn I have, I could cover the whole outside of the house in yarn.
That's true.
Like, I have a lot of yarn. And granted, it's not all mine because my mom does crochet. And I would say a quarter of it we had before I learned to crochet and was hers. And then the rest of it we kind of accumulated over the years and haven't truly done many projects with it. And so that's why we have just such a big pile of it. And I also have a trash bag full from a friend that lives close by that gave me. And it's like some expensive yarn.
But it's not like she just buys yarn like off the wall.
No.
Like, for example, oh my gosh, you have 3 bags of trash bag of yarn.
I do?
Remember we went to Joann's?
Oh, right, Joann's. They had it where...
Yeah, tell them.
Some of the yarn, it was like, they would have it where some of them were 50 cents, some of them $1, and some of them $2. $2 would be like the big scans, and then this is like the expensive brand yarn. So they'd have the big scan of yarn for like $2, and I'm just like, whoa.
Okay,
and they had boxes in the back.
Here, let's hear the whole story. So I had to go to Joann's.
Yeah, she had to go to Joann's.
So they had a yarn sale, and Hannah's like, cool. So she runs to the back of the store. Literally, she ran. It was funny. And so she disappeared for a while.
And then I would come back every once in a while with my arms full of yarn.
And then when we got to the cashier, they literally took a trash bag. I'm not kidding you, a clear trash bag.
Apparently they keep like clear trash bags by the counter in case there's people like me.
This thing was like the size of half of her bed right here. It was the size of that.
Yeah,
and he just threw all the yarn in the trash bag.
And I still have it downstairs in the trash bag. And I'm planning on making like a cute scarf out of it because there's just like a creamsicle orange and a pretty purple, and then I've got like teal blue, and then I've got so many different colors, except for the ones apparently I need. But so many different colors of. There's so much yarn, and it was all cheap on sale. And every time I go to Joann's, I go to the back of the store, look in those green boxes and baskets that they have back there, and look for the sale signs, and look at the yarn to see if they have a sticker that says that they're at a different price. So if you ever go to Joann's, make sure you do that, because that's how I have 50% of my yarn was from that. And of course, it's funny because I would go over to the cart and my arms would be full of yarn. I'd dump all the yarn in there, then go in the back to go get another arms full of yarn because I couldn't carry all of it.
Yeah, she dragged me back there and made me carry some.
Yeah, but I've got so many cool colors and cool things that I can make with this. All right.
Jan, if you wanted to send her, if you wanted to send her, feel free to. Don't feel like you have to.
Yeah, don't feel like you have to. You can even just watch some of my videos.
Email
Learn
her
how to crochet a dishcloth for yourself. You can use that yarn and find out how to crochet some stuff for yourself.
If you guys have any ideas, put them in the comments below, or put them off to the side, or email her if you want. I'll put your email up in a second. Julie says, "Hi Hannah, love your channel, Naomi's."
Oh, thank you.
Question: what do you keep all your yarn in? Well, right,
baskets, trash bags, and I shove them in random spots.
And they're clean trash bags, by the way.
Yes, they are. Yeah, I have a giant jumbo clear trash bag that I got from Joann's, and they put a whole bunch of yarn in there. And then we have a huge basket like this big, this tall, full of yarn. And then I think there's another basket somewhere like that in a box that also is full of yarn.
You don't have your email?
My email?
Yeah.
I don't remember ever putting it on there.
Oh, okay. I'll put it up.
But my email is, I'm pretty sure the email I use, if you guys ever want to contact me, it's simply, I don't know, what was it?
Isn't it just Hannah@Goshen.com?
I can check on my phone just in case, so I don't give you guys the wrong email. Alright, so, it's, the email that I use, it's thatcreativebug@gmail.com. That's the one that I use if you guys ever want to email me. And yeah, so thatcreativebug, pretty much my name, no spaces or anything, because I don't think email doesn't work with spaces. So thatcreativebug@gmail.com. So email me if you guys have some crocheting ideas, some patterns you want to send me, or you can even like share some of the projects that you've crocheted. I love answering you guys' emails, and it's lots of fun. So make sure you guys can email me.
Alright, Bayou Sunshine says, I use scraps to make silk covers. Jan says, I saw a video where you could use one arm to crochet a blanket. You could use the real thick soft yarn. Oh, that's actually something I can do. I could crochet with that. Because I don't know how to crochet.
Yeah, I have a friend that made, she hand crocheted a cat bed out of that, like, super
It's ridiculous
thick
how well
yarn.
they're good. I mean, how good they are.
Yeah. Yeah, they crochet, like, toy donuts and stuff, and I don't understand how.
Jan says, last summer I got a good sized bag of yarn for 25 cents a skein. Is that what they're called?
Oh my gosh.
And
really?
almost all full skein.
I think it's a scan. Skein.
A scan?
Skein.
Someone
scan.
Said,
I know. I say scan, so say Hannah's right with it, or say skein and Naomi is right with it. If you guys know which one it is. Is it scan, what I say, or skein, what Naomi says? Hey. So put them in the comments if you know which one it is, because we're not sure.
Don't make fun of me. From like 20 minutes ago, I had no idea what that thing was called. I thought it was just called.
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who's right either.
Idea.
I don't know either. I don't really know. I kind of guess at this stuff because I only read it. But scan of yarn. I think it's
Emily. Hey, Emily Grace says make some placemats for your table.
Oh yeah, I've thought of that. Making some placemats, and I bet this peaches and cream because it's like it's great for like soaking up water on dishcloths. It would wash really easy.
Well, what did you
if
say
you ever like spill
called?
stuff on it? A scan.
A scan.
I say a scan of yarn. This is a green.
Let's see.
Scan
Elizabeth
of yarn.
agrees with me.
I'm not sure.
I think Bayou Sunshine agrees with me. Scan.
A skein? Is it a skein of yarn?
No, Elizabeth was saying she agrees with you. Okay, we have a mixture. A few people say skein, a few people say scan.
Okay, you just say skein and I'll just say scan then. Maybe it's called both. I don't know.
Someone said I'm right.
I'm not sure if you guys ever have this problem, but this seems to happen every time I get a new thing of yarn. There's always the one that makes it go like this when you're wrapping the yarn into a ball or when you're crocheting. You have to go like that and go around because this one's wrapped on the outside. And then there's always a string on the inside. Oh, I found it! And it's like that. I can never find it. I somehow surprisingly found it this time, and I don't even know where I got this thing of yarn from. But I'm not sure if you guys ever can't. But then I go and ask my mom if she can help me wrap this into a ball of yarn, and she ends up pulling all of the inside of the yarn out and trying to find the. Sometimes we don't even find it, and I have to wrap it from the outside. Also, try not to tangle it with the stuff that she took out from the inside, and it gets so chaotic and confusing, and I do not like wrapping them in balls of yarn just for that reason, but I usually do because it is so much easier, because let's say I have my string, instead of having to go like this when you crochet, when they're in a ball of yarn, all you need to do is grab your section that's there and just pull it off, and there, you have a whole new section instead of having to go like that whenever you crochet. So I like wrapping mine in balls of yarn. My goodness. Alright. You're right. Huh?
Alright, a few video ideas. How about making slippers or a hair scrunchie? Someone said
a hair scrunchie. That'd be cool. Yeah.
You could do rugs or a pet bed for local animals.
I've seen a pet bed. That would be so cool. Yeah.
And then Julie says Joanna's dangerous place for me. You crave yarn. I love playing it on sale and never get out less than $100. I just banned myself. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I don't go to Joann's very often, and when I do, I end up running to the back to see if they have yarn on sale.
Queen. She agrees with me. Everyone says okay. More people are saying they agree with me, so I think I win.
So a skein of yarn? It's not a skein of yarn?
Wait.
I don't even know how it's spelled.
Skein?
How is it spelled?
I have no idea.
Write it in there to see how it's spelled so I can figure out how it's spelled. Maybe that'll help.
Oh, is Super Saver your favorite yarn?
Super Saver? Yeah, the Red Heart Super Saver. I do use this one a lot. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's my favorite. I really like this one that I have no clue what the name is, but I know that it's a black and white label, and it's kind of like it's got a square, and it's got like a small square here, and a line right there, and that's white, and then the rest of the label's black. I know that it's like that, and it always shows kind of like whenever it has, how it shows a person standing there with, let's say, a scarf or a hat, and then that's what the pattern inside. This one, it always has the person standing in front of a white background.
Oh, yeah, I was right. I looked it up. It's called skein.
It's a skein of yarn? Really?
Hi, Unicorn Queen. Do you have any brown or pink yarn? You can make a donut.
Brown or pink? I'm sure I have some around.
And then we have two people say, well, one person said you can put it into, you cut the bottom of a 2-liter bottle and run the thread through the hole. Or you could.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Put a ball in a bowl. Put the ball of a yarn in a bowl.
What I was planning on doing, and my mom was going to help me, but we haven't been to an antique store in a while, but what I was planning on doing was at an antique store, get a nice, big, pretty bowl that's like that big, that'll hold a ball of yarn, so then if you're sitting there, it'll go like this, because if not, then it'll roll off like the table or your bed if you're sitting on your bed, and if it's in the bowl, then it'll just go like this inside the bowl. And so I like that.
Tell me
but
about things rolling off.
Like I said, you can just simply pull it off. Oh, your sections of it.
Here's a cool fact I just learned a second ago. This stuff right here, if you just have your yarn like this and it's like tied right here, that's called a hank. Ouch! Huh. I fell.
But yeah. Yeah. We should probably wrap it up.
We've been going on an hour and about 10 minutes.
Oh wow, hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, I tend to.
Yeah, we have
Tend
to
to
stop
keep
her
going.
sometimes. She'll go talk about crocheting all day if we let her.
Yeah, I probably will. But if you guys have any more ideas, stick them in the comments below. And if you guys feel free to email me, thatcreativebug@gmail.com. Make sure you guys send me an email if you want to. About a pattern that you want to send me, something that you've crocheted before. And I mean, even if it's like some craft ideas, or if you just want to tell your story or something like that, just to have someone to email. It's fun to answer people with email. Yeah, I am. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you comment in below and give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already, but I'm sure you have. We have Girl in the World on the side who helps me out with my live feeds. Thank you, Girl in the World.
Thank you.
Yes. Wait, why are you thanking me?
For thanking me.
You thanking someone for thanking you? Okay. But keep crocheting, guys. Crocheting is so much fun. And I hope you caught that creative bug. Yay!